Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
Okay, so today we are diving deep into Lululemon.
Lululemon.
Now, you know, everybody knows the leggings.
Right.
But we're going to really look at how they built this whole athleisure empire.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got some interesting articles here, like Investopedia Financial Times, a bunch of business analyst reports.
Wow.
Even just like some forum discussions.
Interesting.
And our mission is to understand how they went from like one yoga studio to
the giant they are today.
Yeah, to Lululemon.
Yeah. And where they might be headed.
Exactly.
It's a fascinating story, you know, because they didn't just benefit from the whole athleisure trend.
Right.
They kind of like helped to create it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they were there at the beginning. So like back in 1998, the founder, Chip Wilson, this guy, he had this idea for this space that was like a design studio during the day. And then a yoga studio at night.
Wow.
Which is kind of a brilliant concept when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like designing the workout wear and then testing it out in a yoga class.
Right. In the same space.
Yeah. Right.
It's pretty ingenious. And, you know, that speaks to their focus on practicality and community right from the start.
Yeah.
And that first space actually became their first standalone store in Vancouver.
Oh, wow.
In Kitsilano.
Kitsilano, yeah. Now, I know when a lot of people think of Lululemon, they think of like women's yoga apparel.
Right.
But they've really broadened their scope.
They have.
You know, they've moved into menswear and accessories. And they're trying to reach a wider audience, obviously.
Yeah.
And their goal is to double their men's business.
Wow.
And to quadruple international revenues.
That's ambitious.
It's hugely ambitious.
Yeah.
So to pull all that off, they have a very distinct business model.
Okay.
It's called being vertically integrated.
Vertically integrated.
So for people who aren't super familiar with like business jargon,
right,
that basically means they control almost everything from like designing the clothes
to making them
to distribution, like even the retail experience.
Wow.
So that vertical integration is why they can keep their quality so high.
Makes sense.
And respond to trends really fast.
Right.
But it can also make them a little vulnerable.
Oh, how so?
To supply chain disruptions.
Oh, yeah.
Which, you know, we all know have been a big problem lately.
For everybody.
Yeah.
That's true. And, you know, as a consumer, that could mean like longer wait times.
Yeah.
For those like popular items or even price increases.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah. You know,
nobody wants that.
So it's definitely something that Lululemon,
they've got to be thinking about.
They are trying to navigate it very carefully.
Yeah, and speaking of navigating things.
Yeah.
The athletic apparel market.
The tough one.
Is super competitive.
Yeah.
So many brands are trying to get their piece of that athleisure pie.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that competition puts pressure on Lululemon, you know?
To stay ahead.
To innovate and to stay ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Now, one of the ways they do that is by focusing on community.
Yeah.
They've done a really good job of building that sense of belonging.
Yeah. Those free yoga classes and the events that they have in their stores.
Right.
That's a good example.
Exactly.
It's not just shopping. It's an experience.
It is.
It's almost like...
It's like building a tribe of loyal customers.
Yeah, like a tribe.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they become like brand advocates for them.
Exactly. Like those passionate customers who really believe in what the brand stands for.
Right.
And they promote it to their friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's powerful word of mouth marketing.
It's the best kind of marketing.
It is.
And this community building could be even more important as they try to like...
Expand.
Yeah, expand their reach, especially with men.
Right.
It's about changing that perception.
Of it being primarily a women's brand.
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
So do you think that's going to work for them?
I think they have a good chance. They're making some really smart moves.
Like what?
Well, they're bringing in some really high-profile male ambassadors.
Oh, interesting.
Expanding their men's product lines.
Yeah.
And they're even redesigning some stores.
Wow.
To be more gender neutral. So I think they're doing the right things.
Okay.
It'll be interesting to see if they can...
Keep that premium image.
Yeah, keep that premium image while appealing to a wider audience.
Right. It's a tough
balance.
Yeah.
A delicate balancing act.
So their stock price today, November 29, 2024.
Okay.
322.05
on NASDAQ.
On the NASDAQ, too.
Okay.
Which seems to show
a strong market position.
that they're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
But there are always challenges.
Of course.
Right.
Like we said.
Yeah.
Those supply chain issues.
The supply chain.
Those are a real concern.
Yeah.
And there's always the risk that if they overexpand too quickly,
it's fast.
It could dilute their brand.
Or dilute that specialness.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's the big takeaway here? Lululemon's journey.
From one little yoga studio
to this global brand that everybody knows.
To this global powerhouse.
It really shows how much they value quality, innovation, and building a strong community.
For sure.
But they're growing really fast.
Yeah.
So can they keep that premium image,
right,
that community focus, and still, expand so aggressively?
That is the question.
It's a tightrope walk, isn't it?
It is.
It's something we're going to have to keep an eye on.
Definitely.
All right. Well, that was our deep dive on Lululemon.
Lululemon.
Thanks for joining us.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.